gentlemen, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for our devotional today. We are finishing up chapter 11, finally. Hope you loved it. So this last section of chapter 11, we have divided into two parts. Remember, part 1, we did last time. Go back and listen to it if you missed it. We talked about the character of the Antichrist. Part 2 today talks about the wars at the time of the end. This is verses 40 through 45. It reads, at the time of the end, the very end, the king of the south, so that's some other enemy king, shall attack him, that's the Antichrist. But the king of the north, the Antichrist, shall rush upon him like a whirlwind with chariots and horsemen and with many ships. And he shall come into countries and shall overflow and pass through. He shall come into the glorious land, that's Israel, and tens of thousands shall fall. But these shall be delivered out of his hand. So there's going to be a couple that are going to be delivered. It's Edom and Moab and the main part of the Ammonites. We don't understand why. He shall stretch out his hand against the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. So he's going to move south. He shall become the ruler of treasures of gold and silver and all the precious things of Egypt. So many people think that's the oil reserves that are found there. And the Libyans and the Cushites shall follow in his train. But news from the east and the north shall alarm him, and he shall go out with great fury to destroy and devote many to destruction. And he shall pitch his palatial tents between the sea and the glorious mountain, yet he shall come to his end with none to help him. So there's a lot about this text we don't understand today. Some of it is kind of guesswork because it's history that has not happened. But we can know a few things by just simply reading the text. First, there's going to be a final conflict. Of course, second, it's going to be ugly and devastating and bloody. And third, and most importantly, we know exactly where it's going to happen. It's going to take place in Israel, because everything in chapter 11 is relative to this one location. In fact, everything in the book of Daniel is relative to the land and nation of Israel. Also, all other prophecies in the Bible point to this location. So when someone out there predicts an Antichrist who is not based in Israel and not warring there, I would question their prediction. Just a little advice. So what's the takeaway from a text like this and a conclusion like this? It's pretty simple. Regardless of how the future plays out, we can know this one thing. The Antichrist will have his time, but in the end, he will be defeated and die alone. That's how the story concludes. I think this is what Gabriel wanted Daniel to know. And I think he told him so that he would pass this on to us. So remember, you don't need to know all the details of the Antichrist and all his battles. All you need to know is that King Jesus is going to come again and reign supreme. So win or lose, all you got to do is continue to fight your present battles while putting all your hope not in your victory, in his future victory. Make sense? Pretty simple. Guys, I hope you have loved chapter 11. I have too. We're finally done. This means we move on to chapter 12. Aren't you glad you came today to discover chapter 12 follows chapter 11? And with that, I'll see you right back here again next time.